now we're going to talk about the foundation of the home. If your house is down in the valley, you're going to be what they call slab on grade. Very simple, concrete right on the dirt. If you're up north, you're going to have a raised floor. Because of the frost line, the concrete can't sit on the grade. What happens is when you have two different materials, concrete especially, when it gets hot and cold, it expands, contracts, it cracks. So here we don't have we don't have the real low lows, so we can put the concrete right on the ground. Up north, because they do get really cold, they have what you call frost line. They have to make sure the footings are below the frost line. Again, that's like Architectural 202. All you need to know is raised floor. We'll go over the difference right here. So basically, your average foundation on a house is what they call 3-pour system. You dig a trench, you're going to make a footing. Okay, it looks like that, very square. They run rebar in it. So what you'll see, if you ever come to a construction site, you'll see an empty ditch with rebar running in it, and then they'll pour the concrete. So this doesn't become perfectly square, but that's how we design it to be. But obviously, because the dirt's uneven, it needs to be at least 8 inches thick. And that really doesn't mean much to you guys. It's 14 inches wide. That's typical. Now this is a footing that goes around the entire exterior of the home. If you have an interior bearing wall, you have a footing too, but we're not going to get into that because we're more worried about just the basics of architecture right now. So that's your first pour. Your second pour is what we call your stem wall. And this you guys all see. You'll see the dirt come up to here, and you'll see a little bit of concrete. That's your stem wall. That's your footing. That's your stem wall. So stem walls are somewhat exposed, and that's what you see. Like if you look for termite treatment or termite activity, it's the stem wall that you're going to see it on. That is actual concrete that's attached. What they do is they run rebar in the stem wall, and they put wires around this so that they're connected. I think kind of 20 back that way. So now the stem is connected to the footing, and that's what gives you your solid foundation to build your exterior walls that are carrying all the way to the home. Okay, why we call it a third pour, a 3-pour, is because then your slab comes in second. And you have a little expansion joint right there. You see those, they're like a cloth material, they're usually black. You'll see them at sidewalks, you'll see them between patios and stem walls. It's called an expansion joint. Again, because concrete's going to expand and contract, the joint keeps it from cracking or pushing too far. Either way, anytime concrete moves, that's what causes it to crack. Okay? Then you would just build your sill plate here, which is out of wood, and then your 2x6. That's basically how your exterior wall would look. This is a sill plate, we call it. All it is a 2x6 laying flat. And then you put your 2x6 on top of that. And there's straps. They strap every so many. I don't know what the current codes are. But that's basically all you do is you nail these in from either side. And that's your stem wall. And that's your wall. Actually, it has to go through the wood. So you look like that. Okay, so that's how your basic wall structure is in all your homes down here in the valley. 3-pour, footing, stem wall, and then your floor. That's pretty much it. And here is what they call fill. There'll be backfill, and there's going to be so much fill. It's about 4 inches of fill. The average floor is about 4 inches of concrete. Okay, so that covers a basic stem wall. Now let's talk about the raised floor. Looks a little different. Your stem wall is going to be higher. So you have a little higher stem wall. Okay? And what you do now is you're going to probably do a floor joist. Okay? And you'll attach that with a hanger onto the stem wall, and then you build your wall the same way. So your 2x6 is the same way, but your grade is down here. Right? So the floor is actually up off the ground. And this is what they always call, and you'll hear people refer to it as your crawl space. If you ever want to take a look at one, go look at a mobile home. All mobile homes are off the ground, and there's a crawl space, and there's usually like a little panel on either end of the home where you can open it and you can crawl underneath. Not that I recommend doing that. I sure as heck won't want to do it, but That's basically how you get underneath the house to run plumbing, to run AC, stuff like that. So that's the only difference is raised floor is just that. It's a raised floor. It's not on the ground like it is down here.